Okay. Here's the thing for you guys to really understand. Tonight's training or today's training is really going to be a training. This isn't going to be just a motivational session because, I have a lot of people that DM me, hey, can you be my mentor? I want you to be my mentor. And everybody's looking for the mentor, but not a lot of people are learning how to be a good mentee. And I want to share something with you. Being a good mentee starts well before you find the mentor. Okay. Being a good mentee starts before you even find the mentor. And I'm going to kind of explain some of my journey tonight. For those of y'all that don't know me, my name is Justin Owens. I actually live in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm 33 years old. And, we've actually been a part of this particular project here for the last 3 years. And ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you this literally transformed my life, but not just mine, thousands of people's lives around the world. It's been something that I can't even put into words, ladies and gentlemen, how grateful I am for this opportunity and the skill set, the investing and everything. But I also believe that we've got more left as a company. I also believe that there's another level to our growth. There's another level to what's possible. And I don't know, where you're sitting today. And I don't know if it's, man, you like where you are. There's some people on this call. I want to say something that everybody's not broke. Some of you all on this call, you may not even be struggling. You may not even be, looking for a lot more money. But some of you all, you may have been like me. Like when I came over here, I was extremely hungry. And the reality is, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter where you are. What I'm about to go over today is going to require you being a good mentee. And I say that because everybody wants to work on leadership, which leadership is critically important. My mentor shared with me, he said, Justin, if you want to get to 6 and 7 figures, there's 2 things you got to focus on: leadership and belief. And leadership is important, but I want you all to understand this, that before you can be a good leader, you must first learn how to lead. And before you know how to lead, you must learn how to follow. And I'm not saying follow in a negative way because, it's something, sometimes it's a certain energy, not with everybody, but certain people have when it comes to being a mentee. I see people saying, I'm self-made. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. I don't know of anybody that's self-made. I don't know of anybody that's self-made. I don't know of anybody that didn't have influences from anybody else. And so I think we got to be a little bit more transparent with what we're saying to people, with what we're putting out there, because the reality is all of us need other people and other things around us. And there's a certain level of humility that goes into leadership that you have to have. I was having a conversation with one of my chairmen. He said, I feel like sometimes you can be too humble. And I don't believe that, ladies and gentlemen. I think you can always be humble on another level. In fact, we have incredible leaders that are extremely humble. That's why I think it makes it easy for a lot of people to become humble, because if you have people that are making a lot of money and they're not flashing their lifestyle, they're not doing a lot of things. Well, guess what? That keeps you humble and it keeps you hungry for another level. So get your notepads out, because this is not going to be just a pump session. I want to give you all some actual things that you can apply, things that I've applied to my business, because I got to share with y'all, man. I'll be transparent. Man, y'all, I was tired of, I don't know if anybody's been here, but man, I used to have this cold presentation. And when I say cold, it was good. And I would sit down and do presentations, and people were like, man, you got so much talent. You got so much potential. Man, you're going to be going. And I was tired of the talent. I said, listen, if I was that good, you would have signed up. If I had that much potential, you should be giving me your card, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm tired. I was tired of, hey man, keep on it. You're on the right track. I was tired of that. I said, man, I got to get the results. I got to find the information. And I want y'all to understand, for those of y'all that are looking for mentors, I believe mentors, people say there's no shortcut to success. I disagree. I believe that mentorship is the shortcut to success. But I want to add an asterisk to that, is that it's not the mentor that you're after. It's the information. Okay. It's the information that you're after. See, you could have listened to The Road to 7 Figures, my mixtape, David's, Conceive, Believe, and Achieve, or many other people's audios out there, the Process mixtape, just a lot of different things, Science to Get Rich, developing the leaders around. You can listen to all that stuff, and you may be saying, man, I got to get to John Maxwell. I got to get to David. I got to get to Justin. I got to get to Alex. I got to get to Yvonne. I got to get to Bryce. I got to get to Malcolm and Brittany. I got to get to Vince. I got to get to all these different people. But what you need, ladies and gentlemen, is you need the information. Okay. So I'm going to talk to my mentors really quick, because you're going to be, depending on where you are in this business, you're going to be in both places. And everybody wants to talk about the mentor role, because a lot of people want to be the mentor right away. but you got to be the mentee first. But let's talk about what a mentee is going to get from a mentor so you guys really understand that and you really can receive that. See, one of the things I believe you get from a mentor at the very beginning is timely advice. I want you to write that down. That's what you're going to get from a mentor is timely advice. It's, your mentor is going to give you a lot of input. And if they catch a teaching moment, they're going to give it to you. They're going to catch it. Like I was just riding with my mentor the other day and we were having a conversation. I was actually having a conversation with somebody else and he said, hold on a second. I paused it and he gave me some feedback and I implemented it right away. See, that was timely advice. There's certain things that happen timely that a mentor is going to be able to provide you. That's why a lot of people want to have mentors. We got a saying in our mantra in our organization is run the play. A lot of my leaders know we got a lot of plays. It's like a head coach. We got a playbook, first and 20 customers away, Monday and 40 customers away. We got a playbook for everything. And so you gotta have those, that advice that's coming in. The second thing you're going to get from a mentor is resources. And, I'm talking about books. I'm talking about courses. I'm talking about seminars that the mentor themselves have actually got value from. So if you're a mentor, right, what you want to do is you want to be plugging your organization into, like every single month in our organization, we have an audio of the month that I'm plugging the organization into, things that I've taken things from, that my leaders have taken things from. Because as a mentor, your goal is you want to expose your organization to the things that helped you to grow. Okay. To the things that helped you to be able to get to the level that you're at. The other thing that your mentor is going to help you with sometimes is finances. I want you to write that down. Now, sometimes a mentor will assist you financially. Now, don't start, getting super excited because when I talk about that, I'm talking about, they may help you with, maybe the mentor buys you a book or they buy you an audio, they buy you a CD. They may contribute to, I've helped people with flights to events or maybe help out with an Airbnb or help out with a hotel. See, once a mentor, write this down. Once a mentor sees that you are committed, they may help you financially, but it's not a requirement. So don't go assuming this. Don't go expecting this. I've never asked for it from a mentor. It's only been given. Okay. The other thing is the mentor, this is the next thing, is the mentor is going to give the mentee freedom to grow even beyond them. So they're going to give them the ability to grow and to spread their wings, but even if it means outgrowing them. And I have to say this ahead of time because I've seen this sometimes. Mentors, leaders, please do not compete with your organization. Do not compete with your team. If there's somebody that's better than you, if there's somebody that's more talented than you, give them what they need and move out the way. It sounds crazy, but believe it or not, there are people that compete with people inside of their business. They compete with people inside of their business. Please do not do this because as a mentor, your real heart is, I want you to win, even if it's bigger than me. See, the mentor wants you to be greater. So the mentor is going to provide opportunities for you to be able to grow. In my organization, we have a call every single Sunday and, different leaders chip in, different leaders participate. I let them have room to grow and I'm watching them and I'm observing them and I'm taking notes, but I got to let you step into your own. See, in order for you to really have a business, I look at this like a real business. Like if this is a McDonald's, I can't have a multi-billion-dollar business with one location. I can't have a multi-billion-dollar company, a multi-million-dollar company if I have to stand there and watch and manage every single word that you say, every word that you got to give them room to make mistakes. You got to give them room to grow. See, with growth comes mistakes. I want you to write that down. With growth comes mistakes. A lot of times people feel like, oh, well, I don't want to give it to this person because their presentation is not that good. Well, don't get it twisted. Yours wasn't that sweet either. Yours wasn't that cold at the beginning either. Your testimonial wasn't that strong at the beginning either. And sometimes we forget how terrible we were. And that's why I tell people, don't forget where you started. I don't forget where I started. I know exactly where I was when I started. And so that's why I appreciate what I have. But I'm also willing to let, leaders to grow and to mess up. And I give leaders responsibilities. Hey, if I'm coming in town, you set up the event. You get everything together. Why? Because I'm putting you in position to see how you handle that type of responsibility. I got to let you let your wings to really grow. That leads into my next point is that mentors will co-lead with their mentees. And so it's not I'm taking over everything. It's not I'm doing everything. It's listen, I have to allow you to do things. I have to allow you. Like I have some new people I'm launching right now. And I say, listen, I got a presentation at 7 o'clock. I say, listen, I did 2 or 3 calls for you. Hey, on this first call, I just want you to do the cash flow quadrant and I'll jump in right after that. Don't even worry if you mess it up. Why? Because I got to get you in the groove. I got to get you ready to do the work. I got to get you ready to step out there, and then I got to build confidence in you. See, you co-leading with your leaders, what it does is it builds confidence in them. Your job isn't to tear people down. I see people, they give people a little bit of room to grow, and as soon as they do something, they got a whole list of everything that they did wrong. All right, this was trash. That was trash. This was trash. That was terrible. All of that kind of stuff. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? Don't worry about it. You just got to help them. You just got to help them grow. You just got to help them build, right? Okay. The next thing the mentor is going to give you is the ability to be an example, to show you how to lead in different scenarios. See, I tell people all the time that true mentorship, in my opinion, if you can find it, is caught and not taught. Meaning that you're going to catch things. Like I take notes in every situation. This is a note for my mentees. You got to take notes of everything your mentor does. What do they post? What do they type? What do they type in the group chat? When you do a group outing, how do they speak? How do they dress? What do they drink? What do they not drink? How do they order? What are they doing? So you got to pay attention to all this kind of stuff as a mentee. But the mentors, now your job is to give them the example. Are you the example of getting drunk and hanging out and doing irresponsible things? Is that the example that you're going to set as a mentor? You see, that's what you got to really focus on. And then the last thing a mentor is going to do is they're going to direct you, and it's a lot of things they're going to do, but just a couple of things. They're going to direct you to, resources and things that you may need. So, like my mentors call me and say, Justin, hey, listen, send me $1,000. We're going to Bob Proctor. And I just sent it to him. He directed me to the information where I needed to go. And he's going to direct me to the sources and the places I need to go in order to get to the next level. See, what a mentor is saying is, I know you need this seminar. I know you need this book. I know you need to listen to this call. I know you need to listen to this audio. That's what they're saying. There's something that you need inside of the audio. But see, a lot of people, they want mentorship, but they're not willing to run the play that comes with mentorship. So now let's talk about mentees. Okay. Let's talk about mentees. There's a couple of things I believe for you to really become a good mentee in order to keep the mentor. Because I want you to write this down. Having a mentor is a privilege. Having a mentor is a privilege, and you have to honor that privilege. And the reason people don't get their mentorship sometimes that they want is because of some of the things I'm about to mention in today's call. Okay? Going to be extremely, extremely important. The number one thing that you have to do as a mentee is you have to submit to the mentor. I love that word, submit. And a lot of people hate it. Submission for a lot of people is tough. Primarily because a lot of us have this thing called ego. A lot of us have this thing called pride that don't allow us to really submit. And I want you to write this down. It's impossible to learn from somebody if you don't submit to them. Okay? See, you can't go to school and not listen to the teacher and think you're going to learn. You can't come in business and not listen to the coaches and think you're going to learn. It amazes me the people that start the business ready to learn, but come in trying to tell everybody else what to do. No disrespect, but let's get you a check and then let's talk. Oh, you know what? That's, the branding is not really that right. There's a misspelling on page 2 of the compensation plan. I mean, what kind of company has misspellings on the page? Listen, why don't we go get you the Platinum 150 real quick? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't read the whole paragraph of PayQ but it's been right so far. I only read digits. I don't have to read the words. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's only a couple digits. You just got to know from 1 to 10. As long as you know those digits, you can make a lot of money over here, right? You know, and there's people that come into business that are just like that. They come in and they're trying to tell people what to do. They're trying to tell people what needs to be done. They're trying to tell people how they need to have happen. But no, what you got to do, you got to submit. You got to submit to the organization. You got to submit to the system if you want to make money, ladies and gentlemen. So for my people that's brand new, before you start trying to change stuff, let's help you make some money. Okay. This is like this call right here is just straight talk. Some of y'all haven't seen me like this. Oh, you post some funny stuff. Listen, my leaders know when we get down to leadership and leading is straight talk. So today's call is straight talk. If you're not ready for this, I'm sorry. But this is what we're talking about, because before you can be a good leader, you must first know how to lead. And before you can lead, you got to learn how to follow. So you got to submit to the mentor. Okay. Number 2, you got to accept that the mentor is acting in the best interest of you, that the mentor is acting in the best interest of the mentee. So whatever the mentor advises, whatever the mentor instructs, it's in your best interest, ladies and gentlemen. Even to a point where sometimes I call it plays. They may give you a play that you don't quite understand and you still do it because, number 1, you've already submitted to the mentor. And there may be some strange moments that they give you some advice. You're like, wait a minute. I need to do what? But because I've submitted to your guidance, I'm going to listen. My mentor told me, Justin, listen, from now on, this was at a certain point in my business. So I wasn't a platinum 150. I wasn't a platinum 2000. Matter of fact, I was a chairman 10. He said, from now on, bro, don't ride an Uber X. You need to ride an Uber Black. Wherever it's available, you need to ride Uber Black. And there's some people that would go back and forth with that. And I'm like, wait a minute. He don't work for Uber. He's giving me this because it's in my best interest. Here's what happened, ladies and gentlemen. I started riding an Uber Black. And then I went down one time because it was a ride I was like an hour and a half away. I had booked the wrong hotel. And the Uber was $30 and Uber Black was almost $200. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna ride in this Uber X. Let me just, you know what I'm saying? I had a broke thought. And I rode in that car and I said, never again. Because what happened was I got so used to the Black. I had so used to them open up the car. Sir, do you want some water? The air freshener, the AC, that when I sat in that car and it had dog and it had cat, I had to get out the car. See, on this journey, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to write this down. You may have some broke thoughts that you're going to face, and you have to fight them. Write this down. A mentor won't set you up for destruction. They're going to set you up for development. They're not going to set you up for destruction. They're going to set you up for development. But see, development isn't always fun. Development isn't always enjoyable. Development isn't always the most easiest thing. In fact, development isn't always in your comfort zone. It won't be for your destruction if you listen. So you must trust them in order to learn from them, even if you don't understand it. I know it's tough. Number 3, you must accept the mentor's counsel. See, I have people that say, oh, that's my mentor. This is my mentor. Or David's my mentor. Alex is my mentor. Bryce is my mentor. Malcolm and Brittany is my mentor. Vince is my mentor. Parrish is Justin is my mentor. But you don't listen to their advice. If you're not listening to their advice, you're not a mentee. In fact, if you don't listen to my advice, I'll disappear. I do. I don't stay around very long to people that don't listen. I tell people, don't waste my time. If you're not going to listen, don't waste my time. I'm not going to pour into you. I'm not going to spend a lot of my time. Why? Because I can pour into anybody. See, the thing about having a pitcher is you can pour into any cup that you want. You got to remember this. You need the mentor. The mentor doesn't need you. Many times you search for the mentor, they didn't search for you. There's a humility that comes with that. Oh, you're trying to say you don't need me? Yes, I'm trying to say that. Not that you're not important, not that you can't win, but it's also saying that if it's not you, it'll be somebody. And there's a confidence that comes with that, but there's also humility that comes with that because it's a two-way street. The mentor may need to help somebody, but it doesn't have to be you. Is this too rough? Is this too rough for anybody? Because I'm talking about being a mentee. This is what's required for you to be a mentee. And so some of y'all may be looking at some of these points and be like, that's why I'm not getting my mentor's attention. Because every time they give me some advice, I'm fighting back. I'm not listening. Well, guess what? What do you do to people in your group? What do you do to people in your group that don't listen? You keep trying to go. You find somebody that wants to listen. Number 4, the mentee must always be honest. Be honest in your relationship with your mentor. Don't try to be something before your mentor that you're not. Jot this down. Don't try to surprise your mentor. Do you think going to buy a brand new car is going to surprise them? Oh my God, I just got a brand new Escalade. Congratulations, young man. Awesome. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not who you need to impress. You need to talk to your mentor. You need to ask questions to your mentor. You need to get guidance from your mentor. What's the good time? How much money should I have saved? See, you got to be honest with what's going on. See, a true mentor can receive it, but they can also protect it. You see, if you're honest with them, let them know what you need help with. Let them know your flaws. Let them know your challenges. Let them know, hey man, this is where I'm weak at. I'm not really good here. And they can help you, and they can also direct you in the right areas. Don't lack integrity. That's a big deal. In simple stuff, y'all. Like if a mentor asks you, how close are you to your rank? How close are you to your next position? Answer the question. You don't think they can just look in the back office and just see it? Oh, I'm 12 away. And really you're 35 away. Like, what do you think? What do you think is happening here? Who do you think you're tricking? You're only hurting yourself. Be honest with your mentor at all times. Even if it hurts. Even if it hurts to say you, like, I have people, how close are you? Well, I had a little fallback here. Volume updated this morning. You know what the mentor's thinking? Like it does every morning. Keep going. What's the what? The number. I just need the number. I just need to know where you're at so we can help you get to the next level. But the challenge is you're so focused at where you're at that you can't even see past it. That's why sometimes you need the mentor to help you see further than where you're at, because you get so locked in here that you can't see here where the mentor's trying to lead you to. A mentor can handle your secrets. Okay. Another thing you want to be honest with your mentor for is they can't afford to have their time wasted, ladies and gentlemen. Don't waste your time and don't waste their time. No worse than when you're pouring into somebody and you find out they're doing stuff with their organization and things with their leaders that's completely counteractive to see what sometimes happens. Oh, hey, man, somebody's not listening. Somebody's not doing this. Well, you didn't tell us when y'all had this event the other day that you did some things that weren't quite right. You didn't tell us that you were cussing out your group. You didn't tell me that. You just told me they're not listening. But then when I got the information, I see why. That'll get you cut. In fact, it's not just here, ladies and gentlemen. It'll get you cut in real life. How many times we see it with athletes? How many times we see it with entertainers? How many times we see it with people in public power? You got to be responsibility or you'll get cut. This is mentee. This is being a good mentee. Okay. Number 5, the mentee must never abuse the privileges or the opportunities given by the mentor. Never abuse the privileges. See, a mentor is going to give you access sometimes to private contacts of theirs, friends of theirs. Maybe they want you to be in a certain environment. Well, don't abuse that. Don't be trying to get everybody's phone number and act like that's your friend and stuff. That's their friends. They just want you to be around an environment. Don't try to go to their people and try to work out back little deals and relations. Listen, ladies, I'm trying to help you because you will never be invited again. You'll never be in that circle again if you don't know how to act when you're in the circle. They may invite you to their home. They may invite you to be around their family. Don't abuse it. They may invite you to have a meal. Don't abuse it. What do you want to eat? I'll take the lobster with the side of steak and all the sides that you have. Really? Separate checks. Sometimes when I'm sitting with people, based on how they order, they don't know that's their last meal they ever have with me. Why? Because when I was with my mentors, I paid for them. When I was with my mentor, sometimes I wouldn't eat because I was too busy taking notes. I can eat any time of the day. See, there's some people, you're going to eat with your mentor because you're trying to eat. I was going to eat with my mentor because I was trying to eat. Oh, this boy bars. Yeah, I just made that up. Bars. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Tom, when you get the clip of this, man, cut that piece right there because that was a bar all the way. You know what I'm saying? John, get that. That was, that just came. I don't know where that came from. But anyway. See, over-ordering, that's an abuse. Now, if you want to over-order and you want to pay, be my guest. Let the mentor know. Listen, I got this. But that's abuse. Treat everything like it's yours. When I go to you with my mentor, I let my group know, listen, we're not going to abuse this. This is a gift. Not everybody gets this. I'm not going to be ordering everything. I'm not going to be ordering. I can eat anytime, ladies and gentlemen, especially if you got money. There's times that you can go other places. And if you don't have money, you better pay attention to what I'm telling you because people are paying attention to what you're doing. This is access. It's honor and access. So you can never abuse the access, the benefits that your mentor gives you. Even their phone number. Don't just call them to prove to somebody that you can call them. Hey, this is my phone number. Hey, Justin, you up? Hey, I was talking to this guy and he said he didn't think I had your phone number. You're calling me to prove to somebody that you got my phone number? What is that? That's abuse. It's abuse. Okay. This is big. Number 6, because a lot of people have this confused. Number 6, this is it. Mentees must initiate pursuit of the mentor. Mentees must initiate pursuit of the mentor. See, this is critical. This is critical. The mentor doesn't need you. You need the mentor, which means you have to pursue the mentor. You have to call the mentor. You have to check in with the mentor. You got to text the mentor. You got to say, this is where I'm at. How can you help me get there? You think they're supposed to call you when you're trying to rank up? You think they're supposed to call you when magically just know you've got a problem in your life. Let me call you. No, I have people, but my mentor doesn't call me and they check up on me. Well, does your phone work? Do you have their phone number? Why don't you call them? When I met my mentor for the first time, he said, Justin, listen, I just want you to understand something, that the relationship that we have is up to you to develop it. I tell my leaders that too. I'm not going to be checking it. You got my phone number. When I gave you access to me, I gave you my phone number. It's up to you to use it. Well, I didn't want to bother you. Okay, don't pursue. The leaders that are closest to me, they pursued me. My mentor, the reason I'm close to him, because I pursued him. I asked questions. He came in town, I pick him up. He called me the other night at midnight and said, hey, bro, I'm coming in tomorrow, 11:55. I was like, no problem, I got you. Maybe we can go to lunch after. He's like, no, it's 11:55 at night. I was like, okay. All right. No problem, coach, I got you. Airport's 45 minutes away from my house. Where he was going, 40 minutes away from there. Back to my house, from where that place was, another hour. Justin, do you really want to get out of bed then? It doesn't matter to me. Why? Because it's a gift. I honor it. You also have to pursue what you want to learn from the mentor. You got to tell them what you need. You got to tell them how they can help. You got to tell them what you need to develop in. You expect them to just know all this stuff? No, you got to pursue that. When I'm with my mentor, I have questions ready. Good questions. Not the silly questions. We'll talk about that later. And I know they say there's no such thing as a dumb question. And it's not. There are such things as silly questions. There are silly questions. I do believe that, right? But if you want to learn from your mentor, you got to prove that you're hungry. You have to pursue them. Sometimes you're going to feel like they're ignoring you. They're not. They're busy. They're busy. So you call them again. Well, I called you twice and you didn't pick up. Call me again. Well, I text you. Text me again. That's pursuing. See, entitlement is, well, I called you. You should call me back. No. We're not friends right now. I'm the mentor. Pursue. What does that take? Humility. Because pride says, well, I called you. Call me. No. Humility says, well, listen, I'm here to learn the information. However, see, there's a certain level of humility that's required for you to get the access that you want. It's not that you're a lesser person. That's not what it is. And that's why a lot of people have a hard time with this, because their heart's not right for it. And that's why they say when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Maybe you haven't got the mentor because you're not ready. Maybe you haven't got the mentor because your heart's not ready. Because you're not ready to pursue. I was ready to pursue. I was ready. Because you know what? The bill collectors was pursuing me. Look, check this out. This is a bar. You need to pursue your mentor the way bill collectors pursue you. You know how they call you from different numbers? You know what do? They call you. Sometimes they'll email you. They'll mail it to you. They're going to find a way to get to you. And if they can't do that, they'll put it on your credit report and then you'll find them. See, I got to initiate that. And then when I went to mentor, I'm paying attention. Like, how do they handle pressure? How do they handle stress? How do they handle, disappointment? Listen, I had somebody that said something to me the other day, because obviously my mentor, 2020 has been an interesting year. My mentor has some challenges personally, which who doesn't have challenges personally? And somebody said, well, I don't know if I can do this and really get behind this because, I saw some of the things your mentor did and, he's got some challenges personally, had a divorce and blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, awesome. Do you still shop at Amazon? Yeah. Just got a couple packages today. Well, don't shop at Amazon anymore because, Jeff just had a divorce this year too. Because if that's your standard of doing business, don't shop with nobody that's ever had a divorce. See, this ain't we ain't selling relationship advice. Nobody's perfect. And if you expect perfection from your mentor, you've already messed up. They don't expect perfection from you. They just expect honesty. Don't expect perfection from your mentor. Nobody can stand up to that. Listen, I tell people you can't come from me and you can't come from my mentor. That's my mindset. Why? Because he helped me change my life. You can't come from me and you can't come from my mentor. There's a certain pride that goes with that. I don't let people come from my mentor. And when you've been exposed to information by your mentor, you respect that as well. You honor that because you got brought in, everybody's not there. See, the mentor is only going to teach the people that keep coming after them, that keep coming to pursue them. The one that wants to learn must pursue. Okay. Next one. Y'all ready? Is this good stuff? I know this is a little different. This ain't just, this ain't just the motivational, you know what I'm saying? Hey, let's go get it. And I'm giving you some things that I've learned. Okay. The mentee should harness, you should develop the power of questions. Not just the basic questions. Hey, how's your day going? Hey, coach, just checking in. What? If you want to learn from your mentee, you got to learn how to ask good questions. Nothing is a better tool for learning than asking good questions. The same thing in the business. There's nothing more effective than asking good questions. If you read the Bible, and I'm not getting spiritual on you, but 70 to probably 80% of the things that we learn from Jesus came off of questions. Teacher, let me ask you this. Let me ask you something. The questions open the door. Questions open up the answers that you need from your mentor. What were you thinking when you went through this? Was there a time when you felt like this? And if you did, how did you overcome it? When you were Platinum 1000 and you were here, what were you thinking? How did you get through it? Did you ever have a time when? See, I'm asking good questions because I need to know your thought. See, a mentee, they want to learn your thought process. A mentor has a lot of experience. They have a lot of wisdom. They have a lot of knowledge. And you got to get it out of them by questions. See, questions allow you to eat from the mentor. You can learn from them. I learned from you. I learned mistakes from my mentor. I learned financial mistakes. When should I buy a car? How much should I have saved up when I do this? When should I do this? When should I buy this house? When should I buy this investment property? When should I buy this watch? When should I buy? I'm asking questions because I want to make sure I'm on the right track. When should I leave my job? Now, this is another point to this. This is going to mess a lot of people up. Good students, great mentees, don't talk a lot in the presence of their mentor. This one might hurt a little bit. Because if you're talking a lot, you're not learning. There's some people, they're Platinum 1000, they taking over the whole tape. The mentor's there, and you yapping your mouth. Check this out. When you want to learn, you ask questions and you shut up. Ooh, did I say that? I said it. When you want to learn, you ask questions, you stop talking. Some of y'all stay talking from people you should be taking notes from. Why? Because when you're talking, you only get what you know. When you listen, you learn what they know. When I'm with my mentor, you'll notice I don't talk that much. I'm listening. I'm taking notes. I'm learning. I'm not talking with my friends at the table. We're not conversating about it. I'm paying attention to the mentor. I look at this. Sometimes when I would leave, I'm like, wow, you got somebody here that's making a lot of money, and you're talking to people that you can talk to all the time. You miss the moment. He who speaks only learns what he knows. He who listens, or she who listens, learns what the other person knows. Sometimes we're so eager to impress our mentor that we talk too much. And you know what'll happen? The mentor get agitated. They'll get annoyed. You'll see them try to leave. You'll see them try to move. Why? Because you're talking too much. There's people there that need to learn, and you talking about, well, you know, I was looking up this digital currency the other day for 5 hours, and now I haven't made any money on it yet. I haven't made a dime, and I'm still challenged financially. But you should listen to me. Stop talking. Sometimes when I'm with my mentor, I'll cut people up. Hey, oh, my bad. I'm sorry. We're trying to. Can you? Because I'm there for the mentor. I'm not there for you. You don't got to tell them how powerful you are. You know, hey, let me tell you something. Hey, y'all ever had people ask questions before they ask the question, they got to give you their whole resume? Well, before I ask you that, Mr. Mentee, let me, by the way, I just got started last week. And, before that, I used to be a doctor. And before the doctor, I used to go to college. And before that, I used to actually mop floors. And when I mopped floors, I was sitting in the closet. And when I was sitting in the closet, I was thinking one day about how I could go out here and change my life. And when I thought about changing, will you shut up and ask the question? This ain't about you. I'm sorry, y'all. This is just my style. I'm not trying to be rude, but I am trying to get the point across. Now, some people are, oh, who does this guy think he is? I don't think I'm anybody. I'm Justin Owens. That's it. A guy that's learned from mentors. And I'm telling you what I've done to have great mentorship with people that have eventually become friends. See, anytime I'm around with somebody with great wisdom, I become a great questioner. I was with my mentor 2 years ago for All-Star Weekend in LA. And we ran into Bob Johnson. He's the founder of BET. He sold it. He became a billionaire. And he asked him, what's one piece of advice you would give me as an entrepreneur? And you know what he said? He said, there's two things. Number one, believe in yourself. Number two, get as many people to believe in you. How did he get that answer? Think about how profound that is. But he got the answer from asking a question. He didn't say, oh, well, because I'm here and I'm making this money, I can't. See, he didn't just say, hey, can I get a picture? He asked a what? Question. He learned. I took notes on it. I said, wow, even when I'm around people, I need to ask a question. I got to ask a good question, though. See, my questions become my power. Questions can open the door to your entire life if you ask the right question. What does the right questions take? Preparation. You know, sometimes I go to events and people, does anybody have any questions? Let me ask something for everybody else. What? Ask this question for yourself. Humility. Even if the question is for somebody else, ask for yourself. Why? Because your leaders need to see humility. Anytime I'm around somebody that makes more money than me, have more results than me in any area, health, relationships, finances, whatever the case may be, spiritually, I'm asking questions. I mean, how did you get so deep with your studies? How did you grow your relationship with your wife? How did you get good with your health? How did you become so disciplined when it comes to your health? When you're traveling the way that you do, how do you still eat healthy? How do you find healthy? See, I'm always asking questions. Why? The questions is a gift. And by the way, I've done that myself. I've asked questions for other people. I do it. But you got to ask questions for yourself too. Especially as the mentee. Ask questions. Okay. Next one. A mentee. Invest personal resources in pursuit of your mentor. People ask me all the time, Justin, how did you meet David? How did you guys become great friends? Do you know how? I bought his CD. Surprise. That $25 CD, and actually I bought a couple of them, changed my whole life. I listened to the CD. I asked questions about the CD. I saw he was in my city. I invited him to dinner a few times. A couple of times he didn't even answer me. But I kept going. Every time I see him post, he was in Atlanta. I just ask again. I just ask again. I just ask again. I just ask again. What's that called? Pursuit. And then when I sat down with him, I bought him dinner. I was taking notes. Hey, if you're ever in the city again, if I'm ever in your city again, let me know. I got you again. I know you like to eat. Hey, at some point, sir, you got to eat. Let me know what's a good time. Now, don't blow up somebody's phone just trying to get everybody to eat now. It's the mindset of pursuing your mentor with resources. If your mentor has an audio or a CD or a book and you haven't bought it, don't ask no questions. Why? Because a lot of things they teach is in that stuff. Many times I'll point my leaders to an audio. I'm not going to give you the answer all the time. See, the job of a mentor is not to give answers. It's to stimulate the student to find the answers for themselves so that they understand it. So I'm going to point you to the audio. Hey, I'm going through this. Have you listened to David's Conceive, Believe, and Achieve? There's a section in there. I want you, when you find it, text me. There's a section in there that talks about your question. Find it and send it back to me. If they don't do it, oh well, you missed out on an opportunity. If you do it, you're in there. How do I do this? Watch this video on YouTube. And when you find the answer, text me back. I'm paying attention to what you do. Oh, you one of those fake mentees. You just want to ask the little questions. You ain't really trying to go search for the answer. See, not only do you sometimes have to pursue the mentor, you have to pursue the answers. This is called menteeship. I need to write that down. This is good. Menteeship. I don't know where this stuff coming from. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. This is good. It's crazy. All right. Anyway, menteeship. I ain't even think that's good. Audrey, if you're on here, write that down for me. All right, Audrey. That's my business partner, my executive assistant. She hold it down. Menteeship. All right, just make sure we get that. All right. Jot this down. Your mentor doesn't want your money, but they expect you to invest your money in the development of yourself. I don't want your money, but if I recommend the course, if I recommend the book, I expect you to get it. If I'm your mentor, I expect it. My mentor expects it of me. He just did it a couple of days ago. And the people that are really locked in, they didn't ask. We just did it. Hey, there's a leadership course. This is how much it costs. Guys, hey, I'll be there. I'll send the money. No problem. I don't ask questions. Why? Because I've submitted already. He doesn't work for the company. He's not an affiliate. He doesn't get a commission to refer me. He's doing this for me. And everything he's invited me to so far, every time I've gone to another level. I just might need to keep that up. A true mentor doesn't want your money for them. But they expect you to invest your money and your resources into development of yourself. Well, why do I got to go to that event? Why is it so important? Why is it always a call? Why is it okay? That's the great mindset of a mentee. That's going to draw a mentor to you. People message me. Hey, sir, I got a question. Okay, hey, do you have the audio? Do you have the road to seven figures? No, I haven't got there yet, but okay, well, you're not ready. You're not even looking. What? Are you serious? Do you have David's audio? Do you have my audio? Do you have your mentor's? Do you get Alex's book? I mean, have you even dove in any of this stuff? David, do you have a book? Like, well, I mean, everybody doesn't have the money. You got $20? You can't find it. You can't borrow it. See, mentees don't find excuses. They find a way. The first event my mentor asked me to send him money for, I was like, $1,000 for what? But I didn't say it out loud. I asked it to myself. Y'all let me get that text message. He said, like, the text message said, hey, send me $1,000. It says, send me $1,000 for this event. And y'all ever start typing and had the bubble start? If you got an iPhone, y'all know what I'm talking about. You just got the bubble start and you don't even know how you like. The way my bank account is set up, I won't have it until, no, that ain't good. That ain't good. That ain't gonna work. Is it possible if no, that ain't gonna work either. Hey, let me ask you something. Can I just, all right, what's your cash out? See, your mentor is supposed to direct you. They're not supposed to pay for it. You want it, you get there. You want the results, you invest into it. Invest personal resources in pursuit of your mentor. Now, I talked about this for the mentor to the mentee, but I'm going to say it for the mentees as well. The mentee must never compete with the mentor. Uh-oh. See, there's some mentees that try to say, I submit to you, I want to learn from you, but secretly they're competing with you. Well, I'm better than him. I'm going to beat him. Oh, guys, listen. We're going to learn this stuff, and then we're going to wipe him out. You're going to wipe me out. I have people to do it all the time. Oh, hang on. It's called fake coachability. It's called fake menteeship. That's a whole new word now. It's fake. You got to get rid of the fake stuff. And that's what people try to do. You can't compete with your mentor. A mentee wants to benefit from the mentor's experience. When my mentor gives me advice, I quickly follow it. Well, why is she saying I need to do this? Why is she saying I need to do that? Are y'all getting this? You can't compete with the mentor. You can't compete with the mentor's vision. There's this time in the Bible where Jesus was talking about all this stuff and Peter came, Lord, you don't have to do that. He said, get behind me, Satan. Satan? You calling me the devil? Why? What was he saying? Don't do that. Jesus was saying, don't do that, man. Don't compete with my vision. Because I told you it was about to happen. Oh, you're not gonna have to die, Lord. Hey, bro. Did nobody ask you all this? We got this. You understand what I'm saying? Me and my man, we got this covered. You don't outgrow mentors. You always gotta have a mentor. Be careful of the man that says they don't have a mentor. And I'm not saying directly, it could be indirectly. Be careful of the person that say they ain't got one. That's a dangerous person right there. Because there's nobody to advise them. There's nobody that gives them counsel. There are people in my age that are double my age and they listen. There are people that are half my age and they listen. Why? Because it's not about age. It's not even about income. It's about honoring mentorship. See, some of y'all are missing out on your mentor because you're looking at their rank and not their knowledge. See, sometimes the way the mentor sees you is better than you are. You got to see your mentor better than they are. See, my leaders, they weren't looking at Justin Owens as a platinum 5,000. They didn't see Justin Owens as a chairman 10. They saw Justin Owens as the leader that he could be. Hey, I'm listening to this guy, not because of his rank, because I see the man that he is, because I see the potential that he has. And I understand if we stay close, eventually we'll be an incredible organization. Are you honoring your mentors the same way? Or are you saying, oh, well, you're just a platinum 1,000. Wait till they become chairman 10. Don't be trying to come back now. Wait till they become chairman 50. Don't be trying to come back now and be all, hey, it seems that you were right. Everything you said, it worked. So I'm back. Okay, you're back now? You missed out already, boss. Get to the back of the line. There's somebody in the spot you used to be in. You lost your spot. And it's not that you can't get in the line, but don't think that if you're not a good mentee, that when you show back up, you're back where you used to be. You're back at the back of the line. Isn't that what happens with anywhere else? You get in a grocery store, jump to another line. Thought this one was going to be faster. Jump to another line. Thought this one was going to be fast. People do that in the business. They jump to another team. Hey, I'm going over here. Oh, going over here. Oh, going over here. Oh, going over here. Not realizing that the same person showing up at every team. Hey, guys, well, it seemed there were some secrets from the outside, and now that when I'm inside, I see there's still work here, so I'll be leaving here shortly. Hey, guys. I thought this team didn't have to do any work here either. It seems like I still got to do some work. So let me go over here. Are you kidding me? You guys got to work too? I got to work over here too? Is there a team then? That's why I don't even respond to the people. Those are the people that, hey, I used to be in the company 6 months ago, and last team, they didn't really give me what I needed. Watch out for these people. Because in a little while, they're going to say you didn't give them what they needed either. Because you know what they're looking for? Nothing. Something for nothing. So don't put a lot of energy into them. Send them on their way. Bless them on their exit. Mentees, next one, must never take advice or criticism personally. I give mentees advice on dress, grooming, health, presentations. Listen, I was on FaceTime with my mentor. We was on the phone with some friends, and he was like, Justin. I was like, what's up? He said, it's time. I was like, yes, sir. It is time for you to go to the gym. I said, excuse me? What you mean? Well, my neck? Is it my neck? I didn't take it personal because I know it's hard. Because I know that is the truth. I was kind of thinking to myself, but I thought I was kind of a little, if y'all saw some of my old pictures, you would have been like, man, you do need to go to the gym, bro. You need it was cool, but it's getting out of hand. And I've been working out consistently now. It's not just the advice you want to hear, it's the advice you need to hear. Sometimes your mentor may say, hey, my man, you might need to put on a little deodorant. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a little bit. But do you take it personal? See, when Jesus told Peter, get behind me, he still showed up at the next meeting. He didn't just, y'all didn't notice that? He didn't just disappear from the Bible after that. When he told it, when they were waiting outside for somebody to wash their feet, and then he was an example and he washed their feet. He was showing them what was necessary, but they didn't just disappear because they learned a lesson. You got to stay. Brittany Garrison says all the time, you stick and stay, you'll get your pay. You got to stick and stay. You got to learn so you can earn. You got to stop being so sensitive. You got to mature up a little bit so you can receive the information. I tell ladies in my organization, look, nail polish either needs to be on or off. You got to choose. Your nails, they're either all on or all off. Guys, you got to keep it together. Haircut, I don't care how you have your hair, it's got to at least keep it groomed. Why? Because you're talking about money. Keep your nails groomed. I'm not saying you got to get a manicure and pedicure, but you got to be looking like money. If you got black stuff under your nails, they all crooked, you don't look like money. If your shoes are talking, you should be talking, not your shoes. Oh, goodness. But you can't take it personal. I've had people sometimes say, well, why can there's a chairman mentorship call. I can't get on the call because I'm not a mentor. Is it because I'm better? You guys are better than everybody? No, it's because you're not a chairman. Go chairman. You can be on the call. You can't get mad at them for implementing things that's not taking stuff personally. It's just realizing I need to level up. And then you have some people, they try to sneak on calls they're not supposed to be on. You're blocking your blessing. See, they know things you don't know. There's certain things you got to experience so that you can get to the next level. You know what? Me and David are good friends. And when I hear the company's having an announcement, I don't ask him what the announcement is. I could ask him, but I don't. I don't want to put him in that situation. I don't need to know it. If I needed to know it, I would have been on the call where it was rolled out. I need to learn and get excited just like everybody else. Well, tell me what they said on the call. I'll tell you everything as soon as you go chairman. See, some people feel like it's about rank and stuff. No, guys, sometimes it's just, hey, just get here. When we had events, people trying to sneak into the chairman section. Why would you want to do that? You're not a chairman. Now you can't go to the bathroom because you can't get back in. You're sneaking in. You're blocking your blessing. Get there. And get there when you're supposed to be there. It's going to feel much better. It's like those people at the club that get into a section and now you're like, man, I don't know nobody here. Hope nobody tells me to leave. Let me tell you something. It's more embarrassing to get kicked out than to have never gone in. So mentors sometimes may give you advice. They give you instructions that may make you feel uncomfortable. They may hurt your feelings, but it's to help you. It's not to hurt you. It's to help you. There's things my mentor told me. You wearing that? You wearing those shoes with that suit? Well, I thought I was, but I think I'm about to change it. I had to learn. I had to grow up. I had to mature up. Don't get mad when you don't get the attention you want from your mentor when you're not willing to listen. They text you asking you for something, you don't send it back. That's not honor. There's people that I text, they don't send stuff back, but they expect me to just jump to their questions. They expect me to just jump. No, I'm gonna give you the same energy. Why? Because that's what you gave me. That's how you like to respond. No problem. You're just not at the front of the line. I will get to you. I'm not gonna disrespect you. I will honor you. But you're just not. You can't get mad at that. You gotta accept it. Anytime a mentor sees you doing something that will endanger your future, they're going to attack it. And attacking doesn't mean it's always nice. My daughter's 8. She'll be 9 this coming week. When she's about to put her hand in the fire, I can't say, hey, baby girl, hey, don't touch the fire. I say, hey. She might start crying. What's going on? I said it to save her, not to hurt her. Not to scare her. Your mentor may have conversations like that with you. Hey, listen, you didn't know it, but this was about to burn you. Hey, listen, I know. Sorry, I mean, when trying to startle you, but the way you're going right now, I had to wake you up. You're going the wrong way. You got to check. See, you know what allows me to let people have grace is when I know their heart. You got to know the heart of your mentor. If you know they truly care about you, you won't take stuff personally. You got to say, man, what was I supposed to learn out of that? And then you come back to your mentor later once you learned it and say, thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you for showing me. That's why I needed to plan consistently. That's why I had to be on my calendar. That's why I had to be on Identify. I get it now. I see why you told me to stop trying to focus on these same people and find some new people. I get it now. You weren't trying to tell me not to be friends with my friends. You were trying to show me how to build a business. And people take stuff personally. Well, I'm just not going to leave my friend. We don't have to leave your friend. Go make some money. You can bring them with you, but they may just not be around for this ride right now. I'm trying to help you get to where you need to be. It's not personal. It's love. Be mature. Handle it. Tighten up. This is another one. You can't be jealous of your mentor's success. Now, this is different from the other one. The other one, I said, don't compete with your mentor. But now you got to make sure that you don't become jealous of their success. See, jealousy, it's not hard when you both come in and you platinum 1,000. But what if you platinum 2,000? Now your friend's Chairman 10. Now they're Chairman 25. Can you now not look at them as a mentor? Can you now become jealous of their success? If you want to be mentored by somebody, it's because they are successful that you want them to be your mentor. Duh. So you're gonna get jealous of the thing that you sought out. Write this down. You can't learn from somebody you're jealous of. See, emerging leaders, they see the lifestyle that the mentor has. Oh, he's got the jewelry, he's got the car, he's got the house, he's got this, and he's got that, and he's got all these different things. But did you ask him what it cost? See, a lot of you all want the things, but you don't know what it cost. See, sometimes it's not the stuff that's too expensive, it's the cost. Justin, what do you mean the cost? I'm not talking about the watch is $20,000, the watch is $40,000. You can't pay the cost. I'm saying the cost is show the plan consistently 4 to 5 times a week. Really now with Zoom, 2 to 3 times a night. The cost is being consistent. The cost is not stopping. The cost is, yes, I know you're going through some challenges. Yes, you might lose some stuff. Yes, you might lose some relationships with people that you just may have to put on pause right now. You'll come back to them later. Yes, you might have to do that for 3 to 5 years. Yes, but you'll get there. And you might listen to all that, but like, you know what? I'm going to keep my rubber band watch. I'll use the Apple Watch. I don't really need the Rolex like that. I just thought, I thought I needed it, but I don't really need it. I posted something on my Instagram the other day. My group had no idea about. 2 years ago. I was coming back from a presentation from Alabama. I got this old S class. I mean, it was old, but it was still cool though. I ain't gonna disrespect my car. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was my process. I'm gonna be grateful for what I had. I'm driving on the road and my wheel pops off on the road. Boom. I'm like, what in the world? You know what I did? I just recorded it. I said, you know what? This is part of the process. It was 4:30 in the morning. I recorded it, documented it. I forgot about it until I was going through my phone the other day. I said, wow, I forgot I had a car and the wheel popped off and I went through this whole process. See, you may not be willing to pay that price. You know why? Because you want to be in the bed sleep. You're too nervous for people to say no. You don't want to go live on social media. You don't want anybody to know it. See, the cost is the cost. The reason some of you all can't afford the things you want is because you can't afford to do the things that's required. That's why. And the mentor is going to bring it out for you. You got to decide if you want that or not. As long as they're telling you to do things ethically, moral, and legal, then you do it to the best of your ability. If they told you it took 3 to 5 years of hard work, 4 to 5 cars breaking down, 1 car getting repossessed, phone getting cut off, people doubting you, friends making fun of you, family talking about you, kids not understanding, spouse not really with you. If they told you it took that, would you still do it? I don't know. It's not everybody's story, guys. But you got to ask the cost. Don't just look at the stuff. Ask them, how did you get it? What was your process? How did you handle that? How did you handle this? How did you stay focused through this? That'll give you an example of, can you take it? See, mentees, they have the temptation to want to receive instantly what the mentor gained gradually. I'm going to say that again. Mentees sometimes have the desire or the temptation to want to receive instantly what the mentor got gradually. How can I get where you are tomorrow? Well, you can't. Took me some time to get here. But if you listen to me, I can help you get to where I am faster than what it took me to get there. See, when you have a true mentor, they can help you get what took them a lifetime in a matter of minutes. And when I say in a matter of minutes, compared to how long it took them. There are people in my group that have done things that now there are people hitting Chairman 10 in times, like half the time, quarter of the time it took us. Why? Because they're listening. They're coming in. They're paying attention to what we're talking about. Write this down for my mentors. You mentor so you can mentor other people. It's not about you. It's about who you develop. Who did you develop? Who are you learning from? Who are you plugging into? Ladies and gentlemen, that's what this stuff is going to require, being a mentee, not a mentor. You'll learn this stuff from your mentor if you're a good mentee. The mentee must follow instructions, even if it demands personal sacrifice. If your mentor tells you to do something, try everything in your power to do it. If they ask you to be somewhere, if they ask you to do a call, do your best to do it. Well, I don't really like people, but can you do the call? Yes, but it's not good. But can you do the call? Yes, we'll do it. But it won't be perfect. Do it. It's going to be hard. Do it hard. It's going to be challenging. Do it challenging. Do what you got to do until you don't have to do it no more. That's my motto. You got to do what you got to do until you don't got to do it no more. See, there's people that are in my organization that now have access to different things because they honored the process. They made personal sacrifices. Malcolm and Brittany Garrison, they're Chairman 50s, right there at Chairman 100. They listen to everything. Sometimes when it costs them double the money. They would go to these events and be like, man, Justin, I get what you're saying, but you understand it costs us double the amount that it costs other people because we're a couple. I said, it don't matter. You're going to get double the blessing. You got to make double the sacrifice. You got to make, I don't even call it sacrifice, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you why. When you sacrifice something, you give up something without really, you just give it up. Hey, I'm giving this up for nothing, right? I'm giving it up and you're not expecting a return. That's a better way to put it. When you sacrifice something, you're giving something up without an expectation of return. When you do an investment, you give something up for a period of time with the expectation to get it back. See, when I spent $1,000 on that Bob Proctor event, I expected to get it back. When I spent it again, I expected to get it back. When I spent $3,500 for a diamond premiere at Tony Robbins, I expected to get it back. When I just spent $2,500 for John Maxwell next year, I expected to get it back. When I invest money into my organization, I expected to get it back. Anything that I spend, I get back. That's one of my affirmations. Anything I invest, I get back in some shape, form, or fashion. I didn't buy their tickets. I didn't buy their flights. And there's many other leaders that have done. Vince Murphy, some of his leaders have come from him actually coming to these events. I can look at the chairman in my group and I've told them, hey, listen, there's a place I want you to go, but you got to pay to get there. Why? Because if you really want it, you'll invest in yourself. See, when you invest in yourself, what you're telling yourself is, I believe in you. Self, I believe in you. And the mentor wants to see, are you willing to make that investment? How far are you willing to go? See, let me say something with you. Let me say something to you. The more you invest, the harder it is to quit. See, there's a certain point that you've gone through so much that you say, you know what? I gotta get it. I gotta get a result. I've invested too much. I've gone to too many events. I've been on too many Zooms. I've been on too many presentations. I gotta go chairman. I gotta go 25. I gotta go 50. I gotta go 100. I gotta go 250. I gotta get it done. I've invested too much not to get a return. I demand that of myself. You want to be mentored? It's going to take personal sacrifice. Replace that with investment. Mentors make you spend money on you. Now, a caution. Now, there's some mentors out here that's going to try to make you spend money on them. Don't fall for that. They capping. They don't fall for that. They'll try to divide stuff up so you pay for everything. They ain't got to pay for nothing. Don't fall for that. So you got to be careful who you follow. Everybody's not your mentor. Some people you just take notes from. Some of y'all will catch that later. If they want things from you, they're not your mentor. The only thing your mentor wants from you is your success. There's some people that you follow that they demand you improve them. No, they should improve you. Mentors should improve you. That's abuse of mentorship. That's abuse of power. Side note, y'all, listen, stop following for these dumb pages out there on social media. Listen, there's nobody that's a chairman or above that's going to be messaging you to invest for them. Hey, question. I was at this page that kind of looked like yours. It wasn't yours. I think you might have got hacked. No, I didn't get hacked. It ain't even my page. Yeah, but they said send $200 and I was checking on this Bitcoin because it said they're gonna give me something. Listen, I don't want nothing from you. I'm not risking this to get $200 from you. Use your brain, people. Look at the pages. I didn't even think people sent these pages money. Y'all be smart. Chris ain't messaging you. Yvonne ain't messaging you. Alex ain't messaging you. Bryce ain't messaging you. I ain't messaging you. Riyadh ain't messaging you. David ain't messaging you. Brittany Malcolm ain't messaging you. Vince, ain't nobody messaging you to invest for them in this company. Don't fall for it. I really didn't think people did it. I'm not even trying to be funny, but why would you think that will learn the skill? Lord Jesus. I just had to say that because there's some people, they just don't get it. Okay. You got to trust your mentors to the point of obedience. I know it's tough. Hard work, obedience. We don't want to obey anybody. I don't want to. That's people, they can't humble down. There's some people, their pride is so high, they would rather compete with you than learn from you. You got to be the opposite. Learn from people instead of competing with them. Get better, get smarter, get wiser, learn from them. Don't compete. But your pride's so high, you can't submit. Your pride's so high of who you think you are, and you may be right of who you think you are, but before you can get there, you got to learn some stuff. And your mentor, y'all know a post from one person can change your whole life. Or a reshare from one person can change your whole life. One prospect can change your whole life. One introduction can change your whole life. But maybe your pride is blocking it. Maybe your ego is blocking it. Maybe your ego is so high you don't have enough of this to listen to something that can help you make more money. Next thing, last thing, okay? The mentee must have a positive attitude and must exude positivity and positive energy. Your mentor is always going to be there as a listening ear. And I'll listen to people, but I can't listen to you whine and complain every day. Everybody has their moments. I've cried with people on the phone. You know, something about this business has made me more emotional than I've ever been, right? So I'm trying to tap into that. If a tear feels like it needs to come, I just try to let it come now. I used to fight it, but then I realized you look real ugly when you fight a cry. You know what I'm saying? I just stopped doing it. I just let it drop now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just better like that. But you got to exude positivity, and you got to stop dripping your problems for sympathy. I call these people 𝐼𝐸𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐸𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿. This is what it is. They try to put a little negative with some positive. It's 𝐼𝐸𝐸𝐿𝐿𝐸𝐿𝐿𝐸𝐿. Oh, everything's great. I'm focused. I'm about to make it happen, coach. I'm about to make it happen. But everything keeps happening wrong. My car broke down. This happened and my water went down. But I'm going to make it. I'm going to stay focused. What? Whoa, Paul, time out. Keep it together. We talked about that yesterday. I can't talk about it every day. Because your mentor loves you. Your mentor loves you enough not to leave you where you are. But you got to be positive all the time. And I know it's tough. And I know you got to have your moments of weakness. We all do. That's why you got to have a mentor. Somebody, check this out. Bring your problems up and not down. Ask your mentor, not nobody in your group. Don't add gasoline to problems. Bring them to your mentor. There's people that ask about duplication, and your team is duplicating all the stuff that you've done. The problem is you want them to duplicate the right stuff. People say, is there favoritism in business? I believe there is, but not in a negative way. See, mentors will honor somebody that's humble enough to be a mentee. See, they realize there takes strength to be a mentee. They realize there takes a certain amount of humility to be a mentee. They realize there's a certain lack of ego that it takes to be a mentee and stay there. They'll honor that. But you got to be that energy that people want to be around. If your energy is one where people don't want to be around, what makes you think you're going to build a big business? What makes you think you're going to be able to get to chairman anything if people don't want to be around you? You got to have the energy that people want to be around. That means you got to be positive. That means, man, they're not going to find out about the problems that you had until years removed. See, it's not that you can't be human. It's not that you can't feel things. It's not that you can't be challenged by it, but you got to realize these emotions aren't serving me right now. Let me get through it, and I'll tell y'all how I did it. I don't even know how I'm going to get through it right now. So I tell people, you got to grind in your present, but you got to live in your future. You got to grind today. Bank account negative. Car not where you wanted to be. House where you not wanted to be. Relationship where you not wanted to be. But you got to, when you're doing it, you got to be living there. You got to be, while you're doing that presentation, I'm so happy and grateful now I got a new car. I'm so happy and grateful now I got a better relationship. So happy and grateful now I got better health. I'm so happy and grateful now I got a better car. I'm so happy and grateful now you got to go through all of this stuff, because there are going to be some storms that come, ladies and gentlemen, that your positive attitude, that your relationship with your mentor is going to keep you going through the process. Be the mentee that doesn't complain. I still carry my mentor's bag. I still put it in the car. I didn't say, because I'm at a Chairman 100 now, I don't have to do that anymore. Hey, somebody else grab this. No. I'm still the mentee. And if I'm in that position, I'm going to take that role. But are you too proud to grab your mentor's bag? Are you too proud to serve? Are you too proud to help out? Are you too proud to work the desk? Are you too proud to work the table? Are you too proud to host the call? Are you too big to intro calls now? You too big to do testimonials now? You too big? Are you too big for that stuff? That's what it takes to be a good mentee. So the rest of 2020, I'm not really impressed with the mentors. I want to get impressed by the mentees, because guess what? Once you become a good mentee, eventually people will start seeking you out. See, when I got started in this business, ladies and gentlemen, when I got started in business, I wasn't sought out. Nobody was looking for me. Nobody was looking to hear from me. Nobody was looking to learn from me. But if you stay a mentee long enough, if you stay humble long enough, if you keep working long enough, if you stay humble enough to carry and to serve and to do all these things, eventually people will seek you out and say, how can I learn from you? But you got to wait your turn. Now, that turn isn't forever. The turn doesn't mean that your success doesn't come because of it, but you got to now serve more than just what you are going to personally benefit from. You got to serve more than what's just helping you. And you got to stop fighting these ideas. Celebrate people. See, there's certain stuff. Like, I look at my group. I tell people, celebrate everybody. And there's people that still don't celebrate everybody. And then they ask me a question, what's going on? I already know your problem. Once you fix that, maybe you'll blow up. But you know what? You're not willing to listen enough to really celebrate. It's something in your heart that don't allow you to celebrate a stranger for their success. See, the reason I decided, Science to Getting Rich talks about it, that there's two ways to build wealth. One of them is on the competitive plane. One of them is on the creative plane. See, the competitive plane is similar to sports. See, in sports, every team sets a goal to win the championship. Every year, they set a goal to win the championship. Every team, every coach, every organization. But because it's on the competitive plane, only one team can win. But when you set your goals on the creative plane, and when we say 1,000 chairman tens, and when we say 100 chairman 100s, see, just because I go get 100 chairman tens don't mean you can't go get 100 chairman tens. Just because so-and-so gets 50 chairman tens don't mean you can't go get 50 chairman tens. Just because somebody else go get chairman don't mean you can't go get chairman. When you realize that in this platform, on this plane, that when somebody else reaches 6 figures, that when somebody else reaches 7 figures, it doesn't mean that you can't get it. Your whole life will be totally different. You'll realize, man, I can celebrate everybody because celebrating them brings it closer for me. I had to learn that. I had to learn how to let things go. My mentor put me in an environment where I learned you got to send love to 3 people a day that bother you. And there was people that was bothering me and I didn't know it. Until you had people talk about you that you used to be cool with. People that you used to think was family. Until you had that. Until you make decisions and people call you clowns and people talk about you. You got people that you put up your goals in your house and people tear it down. Until you're going through stuff like that. Until you had loss in your family. Until you had your bank account going through. Until you've been through these type of storms. It won't make any sense to you. But that's why you got to trust enough in your mentor to say, you know what, man, I don't see it. I don't know how I'm going to get it done. But, man, I'm going to just listen to you. I'm going to submit. I'm going to be obedient to this process because, man, you're proof that if it can happen for anybody else, it can happen for me. That's all I was looking for, ladies and gentlemen, was proof. So listen, I know we've been on here for a little while, but I hope y'all got some value today about being a good mentee in your business. Okay? Take this stuff. Don't just go teach it. Go through these steps and apply it in your business. Apply it yourself. Go through the steps. Check your heart. Check what's happening. Am I willing to learn? Am I willing to get this stuff? Am I listening to the right information? My mentor told me, Justin, until you make $100,000 a month, you shouldn't be listening to music. I shouldn't be listening to music. So I'm going to tell you the same thing. You're not making $100,000 a month. You shouldn't be listening to music. I didn't go to college, ladies and gentlemen. This was my college. So I had to focus on my growth. I had to focus on my business. I had to focus on my goals. That's why I made a motivational mixtape, because I said at least I can listen to some inspirational stuff with some music behind it. And now, ladies and gentlemen, now you get to a point where you can listen to what you want to listen to. All right, y'all. So I'm going to leave y'all with one of the last tracks on the mixtape. It's one of my favorite ones because it's I truly believe everybody has a storm that they got to face, they got to go through. And I want y'all to catch this. If you get this, you can change your whole business.